There is no reason for a man to behave like a gentleman with a suit. That's kind of the whole selling point. That would be ridiculous at best and wasteful and dangerous at worst. So that's the answer to the question that began this series. Where are all the gentlemen? They disappeared when the lady went extinct. And it wasn't men who killed her. Women have proudly fought tooth and nail to escape the social restrictions that define that identity over the past 60 years. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is that modern women want the best of both worlds. They want the social freedom of the prostitute and the respectability of the lady. And that just doesn't make sense. Like, one person can't be both a lady and a prostitute at the same time. If these designations are to have any meaning whatsoever, they need to be grounded in objective phenomena. And while it's always kind of easy for a lady to become a prostitute, it's very, very difficult for a prostitute to become a lady. It is possible, like the Empress Wu, who started out as a concubine in Chinese history, but it is much more difficult than the opposite. So let's be real. The standard template for a woman's behavior in the sexual marketplace today is to engage in casual sex without commitment through their 20s and then settle down into marriage around 30. That is, they want to enjoy the social freedom of a prostitute for 10 to 15 years, and then they want the respectability of a lady for the rest of their lives. And unfortunately, that doesn't make sense to men.
Earlier this year, I dated a guy who was the oldest person I had ever dated. And I just want to share something because it's been weighing on my mind a lot lately. The takeaway and lesson is to never believe what a man tells you. Don't you just love that for us girls? I'm not gonna lie, I think he love bombed me. I don't know if it was his intention to love bomb me, but we were like this really fast. He was asking me like why I have trust issues, and I told him about this bad experience I had dating this one guy a few years ago. He was talking to me every day. We were dating for like 2 months. I had just told him like, oh, I just told my mom about you. And then he ghosted me. Poof, into the abyss. Come to find out, he was probably dating like 5 other girls at the same time, which I'm so grateful that he did end up ghosting me. But I feel like that triggered a lot of insecurities with me. So when I brought it up with this new guy who I started dating this year, he was telling me, I don't understand how someone could ghost you, how someone could treat you like this. Like, I would never do anything like that to you. A week and a half later, this man ended things with me over text. Mind you, he's 35 years old. We had spent almost every day together for 6 weeks, and he ended it with me over text. Couldn't even pick up the phone to call me, couldn't even have the decency to do it in person, no kind of conversation, even after he knew what I had been through before. So I guess my lesson that I learned from this is to, 1, never be so honest about your past with a new man, and 2, don't believe when they tell you that they will never do that to you. They will do the same thing in a different font. And even if the guy is older than you or the oldest guy you've ever talked to, there's a reason they are their age and still single. I hope you learned something.
Another thing my dad told me about men, when a man disappears, it means that something is wrong. He's not thinking about you. He's thinking about someone else. He's thinking about something else. He's either doing drugs, drinking, smoking, going out, doing things that he's not supposed to be doing. I'm sorry, he's not thinking about you when he disappears. He's thinking about himself. And you need to think about yourself as a woman. So I want to show you something. I've been using this therapy journal thing. It's called myentries.ai. And you know why it's helpful? Because you can type your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and you can even write down your goals. These are all my entries. So my writing's in the black. I'm talking about I want to heal. I want to accept where I am in my life. I have goals. I need a blueprint. I want independence and healing. It responds with a reflective question. It gets really deep because when you answer it, you begin to see what's inside of you. All you have to do is click go deeper for it to respond. You can even talk to it like a therapist if you need to. And cool thing about it, it remembers names, it remembers situations so that you don't forget.
There's no more males left. We don't know what happened to them. We don't know when they're coming back. But what's something you...
The way I would dress like the biggest biddies out all the time. My flat-chested little biddies out. I'd sleep with my windows cracked. I live on the first floor in an apartment. There's no bars on the window. I can't do that now. I'd walk my dog all hours of the night. 3 a.m., don't give a fuck, we're taking a long walk, babe. I'd also listen to my music full blast while I was walking so I didn't have to be aware of my surroundings. I would sit in my car in an empty parking lot. I'd also sit in my car and take my sweet fucking time getting ready to go when I'm at the gas station. Speaking of the gas station, I would go with a full beat every time I went. I would drink more, I think, especially in public. I'd wear a bathing suit top when it was really hot out. I'd go swimming at public pools. I'd wear my swimsuit at the beach. I'd stop having my friends check my location after getting an Uber. I would kind of just exist, to be honest.
How do we explain to the boomer generation that we're okay being single as women in 2026? My mom, and this is like, if you followed my content, we are in this like explaining that I'm not a lesbian era, explaining that I'm not because I'm sporty and I'm unbothered and athleisure wear with the big dog New Balance sneakers. That doesn't, if I wanted to, I do want to be a lesbian, but unfortunately I don't have the toolkit for that, nor do I have the interest. So anyway, I have to explain to my mom, on a walk with my dog yesterday, Nick, you can tell me, be honest. Do you think you're a lesbian? Mom, after 48 years old, after the divorce that I went through, being a co-parent to a woman would be spectacular. I'll take 14 of them. That's not in the cards for me. So I have to live this life of like, where the hell is my husband? What is taking him so long? I don't want another husband. I don't even know what I can't even fathom getting to know someone again. Court me. When am I being courted? Where am I going? I'm home with the kids, or I'm doing kid things or sports kid things or my work. So women who are single in 2026, do we have to explain this? My mom, good golly, she chose an amazing partner to spend her second half of life with. I hope that happens for me, but I'm also not fixated on it. I'm just not fixated on it. I don't need that in order to feel fulfilled. Fuck, man. Is that the new... I don't even know what else to say. I just said it. So I'm going to go now. Save you the time of me pondering. Love you. However, P.S., this guy is single, and I'm not going to lie, I would make considerations for that. Goodbye.
Okay, hi guys. So, as you all know, I am Nushin, aka Persian Princess, and lately I've been online trying to find a great guy, just like the other 10 million women. Okay, here's the issue. Can we talk? Let me get my pillow so I can get comfortable. Okay, so here's the problem. As I'm online on God knows how many dating websites, and God knows every freaking guy also decided to sign up on the same dating websites I am, okay? So we're basically tailgating each other like on 4 or 5 dating websites. So here's the issue. The issue is this. The guys on dating websites, they're like, hey, what made you swipe right on me? Hey, what was it you liked about me that you said hi to me? Hey, Do you like my profile? Guys, I swear. When I say guys, I mean my friends, my folks, okay? I have never seen or come in contact with so many girly girl guys. Or like this. Or I say, hey, I'm free to chat. Let's video chat. Oh no, this is so true. Oh no, I have to take a shower. Like, dude, I cannot smell you from the camera, you see? Anyway, here's the bottom line. If you have a husband, keep him. Because there's 10 million of us. We'll jump you, girl. We'll jump you and take your husband. Not me. Not me. But the other 9,900,999,999 will literally take your husband. I swear, all the guys out there, no pun intended, because I'm probably talking to 1,000 of you. All the guys out there, they're like the leftovers that nobody wanted. Or gay, which I'm truly ready to hit a gay guy. Like, I'm ready to date a gay guy, for real. Or they're like narcissists that all of us have been hearing for the past 2-3 years. Or what else? God, they have so many freaking mental diseases. I just want a regular cowboy and like, I don't know, somebody normal. And yes, if I say I'm ready to video chat, yes, put your skirt on and get ready for video chat. If you want to act like a girl, I'll treat you like a girl. Otherwise, please man up. Please, please man up. No more, oh my God, I didn't trim my beard. I didn't use any filter in this. Oh my God, guys, I have to tell this to you. One guy said, I didn't use any filter in this picture. Like, I'm a girl. Except this video, every other video has a filter. Let me put it out there, okay? All this beauty you see, which you actually don't see today. Do you? No, you don't. Okay. All the fake beauty you see on camera, yeah, it's fake. Hello. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Good luck. Love you guys. And may the best woman win. Because now evidently we wear the pants and we gotta woo these guys and treat them like girls. Sorry, but that's how it's looking to me. Bye.
Listen, fellas, these women been asking where all the men went. That question is getting louder every single day. Women are frustrated, confused, even shocked at how different dating feels right now. But instead of just reacting emotionally, it's time to slow down and really examine what's going on beneath the surface, because something clearly changed, and ignoring it won't fix anything. Let's talk a bit about it. She's now saying nobody warned her that dating in 2026 would feel this exhausting, unpredictable, and disappointing. The excitement she once expected has been replaced with confusion. What used to feel like opportunity now feels like emptiness. And her biggest concern? Where have all the men gone? From her point of view, it looks like men just disappeared overnight. But from another angle, men didn't vanish. They stepped back quietly after years of feeling overlooked, criticized, or undervalued. Men didn't suddenly lose interest in relationships. Instead, they started paying attention to how they were being treated in them. Constant comparison, unrealistic expectations, and feeling like they had to prove their worth over and over again pushed many to reconsider their position. Rather than keep chasing validation or risking repeated disappointment, many chose distance. Not because they hate women, but because they got tired of environments where their effort felt invisible. Now, the dating scene reflects that withdrawal. Fewer men are approaching. Fewer are committing. Many are focusing on personal growth, finances, or simply protecting their peace. Meanwhile, women are stepping into a reality that feels unfamiliar, where attention isn't as automatic as it once seemed. That contrast creates frustration because the rules they were used to no longer apply in the same way. When the question comes up, where have all the men gone? It's not really about disappearance. It's about a change in behavior. It's about men choosing different priorities after years of certain experiences. If there's any chance of improving the current dating climate, it starts with understanding both sides instead of assuming one simply stopped caring. Because what looks like absence on one side often looks like self-preservation on the other.
Women miss when our men are detaching because we are too focused on just one thing. The signs are right in front of us, but we overlook them because our focus becomes on what that man is doing instead of what he's dealing with. He can be tired, stressed, overwhelmed, mentally checked out, and we low-key do not care. Because as long as he's not doing anything wrong, we're good. So now the small changes starts happening. He talks less. He explains less. He reacts less. Everything is less. But instead of asking what's going on with him, we just assume he'll be fine. But what we're actually witnessing firsthand is our man slowly disconnecting. Detachment doesn't start with distance. It starts when that man starts feeling unseen. So when he feels like nobody's paying attention to what he's carrying, when he feels like he has to keep showing up for himself alone while nobody's checking in on him, something inside that man starts to shut down. And when you're only paying attention to that one thing, you miss it until it's too late. But you're finally going to feel it when you realize he's no longer there the same way. Because when a man feels like nobody is noticing his struggles, he stops expecting to be understood. And once that man reaches that point, my friend, the ship has sailed.
What many men experience doesn't start with shouting or chaos. It begins in silence. A man can be carrying pressure from work, financial strain, expectations, and internal battles he barely understands himself. Instead of that weight being noticed, attention often goes straight to his actions, whether he's calling enough, texting enough, showing up the same way he used to. The deeper issue gets ignored. When effort becomes the only measuring stick, his internal state fades into the background, and that's where the disconnect quietly begins. As the pressure builds, his behavior changes in subtle ways. Conversations become shorter, energy drops, enthusiasm fades, and emotional presence starts to shrink. From the outside, it looks like he's pulling away for no reason. From his side, it feels like survival mode. Yet instead of curiosity, many reactions turn into assumptions, thinking he's losing interest, being distant on purpose, or no longer invested. That misunderstanding creates distance faster than any argument ever could. The problem grows when those small warning signs are dismissed. A man who feels unheard will eventually stop trying to explain himself, not because he has nothing to say, but because experience has taught him that opening up won't change anything. Over time, he adapts by saying less, showing less, and expecting less. What looks like calm on the surface is often emotional withdrawal happening in real time, and by the time it becomes obvious, the connection is already fading. If this keeps getting overlooked, relationships start breaking down without a clear moment to point at. The absence of attention to his mental and emotional load plays a major role in that outcome. When concern is only triggered by visible mistakes instead of invisible struggles, it sends a message that his inner world doesn't matter. That's where many men begin to check out, not suddenly, but step by step.
A lot of women are asking, where are all the good men? Where are all the good men? Well, you're not sitting there asking what you've done to destroy the good in them. That maybe you've destroyed everything good in them because you've decided to weaponize their vulnerabilities. And now they don't want to do that anymore. They only want to show their fake strengths, and if they even have them. And if not, like you see them as weak. It's really a shame.
She brought up a question that keeps showing up everywhere. Where have all the good men gone? What stood out wasn't the question itself, but the lack of reflection behind it. Instead of looking inward, many women point outward, acting confused while ignoring how their own actions may have shaped the outcome. Respectful, driven, and genuine men don't just disappear without reason. Constant criticism, unrealistic expectations, and emotional games slowly push those qualities out of them. Over time, what was once patience and care turns into distance and silence, not because those traits vanished, but because they were worn down repeatedly. Another major issue comes from how vulnerability gets treated. When a man opens up, shares struggles, or expresses emotions, it often gets stored and later used against him during conflict. That kind of experience teaches a hard lesson. Never expose anything that can be turned into a weapon. After going through that cycle, many men shut that door completely. They stop sharing, stop trusting, and stop showing depth. What women later complain about, coldness, lack of emotional connection, is the direct result of how openness was handled in the first place. On top of that, there's this push towards surface-level strength. Some women claim they want emotionally available partners, yet show more attraction toward a hardened exterior while quietly judging softness as weakness. That contradiction creates confusion, but more importantly, it forces men to adapt. Instead of being authentic, they build a version of themselves that avoids criticism. If real emotion gets punished and fake confidence gets rewarded, the outcome becomes obvious. Depth gets buried, and what's left is a guarded, distant personality that reflects the environment it was shaped in. So when that same question gets asked again, where are the good men? It misses the bigger picture. Those qualities didn't vanish on their own. They were slowly chipped away through repeated negative experiences. What remains now is a version that protects itself at all costs. It's unfortunate, but it didn't happen without cause. The same behaviors that damage trust are the reason many men no longer offer what they once gave freely. Instead of rebuilding what was broken, many choose to walk away and keep their peace intact.
Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in. He won't look at anyone. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street that does not want to be bothered and ask him if he is single? I feel like I give off the most approachable vibes. I'm always smiling, looking pleasant, not looking at my phone. I don't wear my headphone. Literally never once. I've never been approached.
I just think that at this point, you gotta take it up with the ladies, not the men. Because between Drizzle and the whole bear versus man argument, and then all of these recent videos of women saying that men are terrible and they are man haters, I just think that it would be helpful to the men if y'all got your message straightened out. Because you can't have it both ways. You're going to have to deal with somewhat uncomfortable situations where somebody that you're not interested in actually approaches you and they think that you're attractive. And guess what? You can't be super insulted about it and then blame him for doing that. Or you don't deal with that and then you become the one that is approaching the guy. You're the one now that has to deal with the rejection and maybe even being called a creep. Guys are gonna love that.
She said something that caught attention in a strange way, complaining that men aren't walking up to women anymore, while admitting no one has ever stepped up to her personally. That contradiction says more than she probably intended. Men are not blind. They observe behavior, attitude, and signals before making a move. When the environment feels hostile, dismissive, or judgmental, silence becomes the safer option. Nobody wants to walk into a situation where respect is uncertain and rejection feels guaranteed before a word is even spoken. So instead of chasing confusion, many have chosen distance, not because they can't approach, but because they see no reward in doing so. What many women fail to recognize is the level of investment expected from men today. Time gets spent, resources get drained, effort gets poured in, and appreciation barely exists. A man can plan, provide, protect his energy, yet still be told it falls short. Over time, that constant dissatisfaction wears down motivation. Imagine giving your best repeatedly and being told it still doesn't measure up. Eventually, anyone would step back. That withdrawal isn't weakness. It's a calculated decision to avoid unnecessary stress and preserve peace of mind. There's also a growing awareness about the risks involved. Relationships are no longer seen as simple companionship. They come with emotional strain, financial exposure, and mental exhaustion. Many women demand high standards while offering little in return beyond expectations. That imbalance creates hesitation. Men are weighing outcomes more carefully now, and for many, the cost outweighs the benefit. Choosing solitude over chaos is no longer seen as failure. It's viewed as wisdom earned through observation and experience. So what you're seeing isn't confusion from men, it's clarity. A quiet refusal to engage in situations that feel one-sided or draining. Instead of chasing validation, men are building lives that feel stable, enjoyable, and free from unnecessary complications. Peace has become more valuable than approval. Happiness no longer depends on chasing attention or proving worth to someone unwilling to recognize it. That didn't happen all of a sudden. It came from repeated encounters where effort met indifference. And now the response is simple. Step away and protect what matters. Thanks you guys for your constant support. I really appreciate, and I believe we will make a great team together. Keep subscribing and don't forget to like, share your thoughts in the comments section. Peace and love, fellas. See you on the next video.